Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Mage the Ascension game, Chantry House Baltimore. I am your storyteller. This is our crew, our cabal, our group. As you notice, we are down a person. Saege will not be joining us. Apparently, the place he is at the moment is without power due to massive storms in the area. Hopefully, he is safe and secure in whatever area he lives in.
Yeah, his internet shit the bed.
Bad infrastructure where he lives.
Yeah. So, yep. But we're here. I believe the last actual session we had, you all returned from another reality with Mom Spaghetti, and then you harassed the neighbor to no end. And I think that was about it. Was there anything else that really happened that one?
We saw somebody that may have turned invisible and ran away out of the house.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out who or how or why or where.
We kept forgetting them.
Yeah, there's some magic involved with them staying obscured and forgettable.
The magic in that magic hat of his.
But we texted our mentors to see if they could help us remember or tell us more about what it could be. And once you write it down, it's easier to remember.
Yes.
One hopes.
Yeah. Sometimes. According to the ancient philosopher, somebody's days, writing things down actually reduced your ability to remember things because it took the thoughts from your head and put it onto paper.
That's why I never write anything.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember which member Spot was, or Socrates, Plato, or Aristotle was one of them, probably.
That's even more ironic because I can't remember who it was. I know this. I can't remember who said it.
Yeah.
We do think the interloper was a technocracy person.
Yes. I mean, he did come from technocrat land.
Right. We took him back from his dimension, I guess.
Woo! Woo, baby.
But
Yes,
we couldn't determine if it was either real good or real bad if we told the local technocracy people about him.
That would.
See? Not so simple. We don't know. At least I wrote down that I don't know if it's either good or bad.
I don't want them to know we exist, but also they would also look at. So they would consider us reality deviants. So that would be a reason why we wouldn't want to tell them because they would think that we deserve to be assimilated and or annihilated. They would also look at him as a reality deviant. So, like, bright side, they'd get rid of him. Downside, they'd get rid of us.
I'm seeing no downside here.
Even though what we did
That's like, all right, I'm looking to find a way to end this campaign early, guys.
But we don't know what that guy's going to do or what. I guess he would probably not go after his own side on this side because then they would get him for that reason. So I guess we'll find out.
This can't possibly come back to bite us in the ass.
No.
Several sessions later. Oh, my ass.
Well,
joke's on you. I'm sitting down. My ass is protected.
They enchant the chair to come alive and bite you.
Oh no, my hubris.
Which body part is that? All right. Okay. Ooh,
Yeah, I think that was about it.
that sounds about right. So we begin many weeks later as you are living your bestest lives, accomplishing a lot. And by that, I mean you just living every day like it's your last.
I don't know. I would make plans
It's
for
almost
tomorrow.
over.
One day you will awaken and realize, has life been worth it? Have I accomplished enough in life?
Kent's going through that part of his life now.
Joke's on you. I've been in that part since 2020.
Oh, I know.
Thank
Only since then.
you. Yeah.
Thanks,
that,
COVID.
COVID kind of accelerated that existentialness. I went many months without fearing going to bed because I didn't think I'd ever wake up. It was fun. Anyway, to a funnier moment. So the characters at home, doing the thing. So I almost forgot to pull up my chart here of peoples. That would have been annoying for me.
Would that time skip been a good point to use XP?
Yeah, other than raising your rate, everything else is good to go, I'll say.
And then I will put a point into something.
So a couple changes in a couple weeks. Young Jeremy has been promoted at O'Toole's. He's now a shift manager.
Ooh. Wait, how's that? He's only like 16. What the fuck?
They promote good workers.
What does that say about the quality of his coworkers?
No, that's like a terrible idea. You don't put us like at most 17-year-old in charge of.
Oh, believe me, Hera, they do.
Oh, that's such a terrible idea.
Yeah,
They have to learn somehow.
Hera. They do the Justin Wong version. You gotta learn.
I mean, it's only a shift manager position. It's like it's a real position.
Yes, it comes with extra pay and some extra things sometimes.
Yeah, he's just telling the other 16-year-olds in the evening shift, make sure they clean. Remember to clean between the plates.
They have plates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you cook your food on?
But this is like I thought it was like a fast food
No,
place that would just have.
No, it's a fancy fast food place. That's why they have plates.
Oh,
Like Hardee's.
Does Hardee's have plates?
It's got these plastic baskets that the food comes in. It's really weird because it's like a fast food place around here, but you sit down and they bring the food out to you, but it's still fast food. And it's like in baskets and you eat it and then you just put the baskets away like a tray. And it's like,
Oh, I know some places like that.
yeah.
The Atollys, do they have like proper plates or are they like plastic plates?
They're like cafeteria, from school kind of plates.
So plastic plates, Hera.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still gotta make sure they're washed. He's proud. He's
Paper
accomplishing
plates.
something. They're sitting around. He comes home. He's like, "Hey guys,
Hi.
I brought some food again. O'Toole's is having a new St. Patty's Day burger."
All right.
Yeah.
What makes it a St.
Dare
Patty's
I
Day burger?
ask?
Well, it's instead of just a burger, it is also a fried potato cake thing, that kind of like a big ass tater tot or something like that, or a hash brown kind of thing. It's got that. It's got with some corned beef on it, and it's got cabbage and a special green sauce.
Sticks out.
Then the special green sauce.
It's green mayonnaise, probably.
It is proprietary to O'Toole's. For St. Patty's Day, we're not allowed to tell all of the secret ingredients.
What does it taste like?
It tastes a bit like ketchup and mayo, but colored green. Maybe with a hint of horseradish.
Would 2 points in matter tell me all the components?
Question is, do you really want to know?
No. I want to know if I could know, but I don't want to know.
You want to know that you could find out, but you do not want to know
Yeah.
what makes this suck.
Yeah, technically, I think 1 dot would be enough if you had the right paradigm behind it to break it down to like the components and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
You just know. That's all that matters.
I wanted to be sure if I could know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's enough for me right now.
So what you're saying is you're smarter than most scientists.
Well, certainly the ones in Jurassic Park.
There was nothing wrong with that. No expenses were spared, except for on the IT, the security, the power grid,
The helicopter.
Yeah,
Because it didn't have the buckle that worked.
but everything else was fine.
Yeah, they just needed a coupon day.
Yeah, would have worked.
Hammond did nothing wrong. So what are we doing next?
Is it well? So these are the St. Patty's Day ones. I also brought some of their St. Patty's Day shakes, which are not affiliated with the McDonald's ones. These are completely different and not copyrighted, infringed at all.
What are they called?
They're called the Shammy Whammies.
They sound alcoholic.
No, there is the alcoholic version, but you have to be an adult and you have to drink it on premise.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do have alcoholic beverages. It's a thing O'Toole's does that other fast food places don't in the area. They have alcoholic beverages for adults.
Well, they're really doing a lot of things to set themselves apart.
Yeah, they are fastly coming to the point where they might be competing with the big names, and more than just the markets they're in. They're already dominating several markets in on the West Coast.
Oh, well, I wish them luck.
Mm-hmm. They're vastly growing. Yeah, got like 1,200 locations nationwide so far, and more to come. They even have some in Europe.
Oh, ritzy.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
I know. I went from a white name badge to a silver one.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's slightly smaller. The smaller your name badge and the fancier the color, the more important you are.
Mm-hmm.
You would think the bigger the name badge, the better.
Bigger it is, the more likely someone can see it and say your name.
If you're important enough, nobody has to know your name.
Correct.
So, how are your grades doing?
They're doing great. I've been getting some tutoring at O'Toole's, an affiliate of theirs that does tutoring. So I've been doing good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, O'Toole's is sponsored with a tutoring and after school activities organization to help with child illiteracy in the areas that are most in need. And in turn, they provide the food and beverages to those places after school so kids can get food to eat.
All right.
O'Toole's, #1.
Just, in case you want to, like, pursue higher education past, what do they call it here? High school,
No, high school is what I'm currently in. Higher education would be college.
Yeah, no, after high school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My boss has already put me in for their O'Toole's work program for to get you into college while you're also working, and they will pay for college as you go through.
Ronja's gonna lean over to someone else who's there and is like, hey, how much gold do we have again?
Not too much once you start remodeling everything.
Yeah, as you say, I don't think we have much left now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It seems like his restaurant is gonna do right by him,
Yeah.
assuming he wants to go to college. I don't know.
Who knows? I mean,
Well, there's also
if he
O'Toole.
wants, my suggestion would be, to go somewhere else to college, or maybe not college, but rather university. It's probably a lot cheaper to finance doing that in Germany
Hmm.
Well,
than
there-
doing it over here.
I don't want to go to Germany. That place smells. It's right
It
next to
smells of-
France.
Delicious breads and
Boy, you were born there.
Yeah. But I mean, it just takes a while to get rid of the French smell.
rep.
Like how
So German cities are cleaner than American ones, so they don't smell that
But they're
much.
still close to the French, therefore they
Yeah.
smell.
whenever you get downwind of France, it just comes and wafts over Luxembourg and Germany and Switzerland.
You must not like. the
Just so
smell
you
of
know,
bread.
Europe is not that small.
Wait, it isn't? Yeah, it is.
Everything's small.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about college here.
We're the ones that are big.
Anyone from France watching this,
We're not sorry.
I'm amazed. Keep watching, please.
How did you find us?
That's not.
We'll wait.
We'll wait for your response.
You can call in.
Press 1 in the chat.
But it's like, well, I mean, if I was going to leave the necessary for education, I was thinking about going somewhere cool and amazing. Italy.
Oh yeah,
But
That is indeed cool
rich
and
history
amazing.
they've got over there. What do you want to do in there? You interested in like history or architecture? Papal
gonna-
states.
well, I mean, if I was going to go, I was actually honestly thinking about seeing about O'Toole's management plan, where I can eventually become a franchisee and then owner of my own restaurants by the age of 21.
Wow, that's
I don't think you need to go to college for that.
It's called a business degree. It helps, and they'll pay for it.
got you there.
I mean, my manager of our restaurant says that when you get up to that level and stuff, you make some pretty good bank.
Yeah, if you can
I mean-
run a successful business, you can make some.
That's
some
what
money
you
that
want to
way.
do.
I mean, it's a stable job, and O'Toole's is only growing. It's not shrinking, and it's projected to like.
Hey,
expand.
I'm not really judging. I don't have much to judge here. Okay,
I can get you a job. Do you need a job, big sis? I mean, I do need some staff under me, that are good hard workers.
I'm not gonna work for you, you little shit.
Well, now with
with that
that
attitude.
attitude. Hey!
Hey, I have a business.
I mean, there is a second O'Toole's at their sit-in restaurant you can get a job at. They have O'Toole's fast food, and then they have O'Toole's family restaurant, which is more of a sit-down place that serves higher quality. Well, not necessarily high quality, because O'Toole's is high quality food overall, but it's more of a slow family style food, like with meatloaf and mac and cheese and stuff like that, as opposed to fast burgers.
Yeah. I'm not gonna work at a fast food place. We don't need to make this a family thing, okay?
So you won't do that?
No.
Okay, first, it's not fast food at O'Toole's family restaurant. It is slow, casual dining.
All right.
was
So
a
if
meatloaf
I
reference.
actually if I were to work at a restaurant, it would be my own one, okay?
You have to
Just
learn to
saying.
cook them.
What did he say? I didn't catch it.
You'd have to learn to cook to get your own restaurant.
No, you don't.
It helps.
It helps you be a chef.
I can cook.
And Naboo's like, when?
They're roasting you.
We got a kitchen right here. Could you cook something now?
She has been cooking the entire time.
Yes. And their siblings are allowed to roast their big siblings.
Yep.
It is protocol.
Let them cook.
You know what? You can
That's
eat.
from
I'm
Ever
just
Tree.
eat your fucking Amaryllis. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna make myself a salad.
Oh, Tony's also so salad.
Fuck
You
your
don't have to cook
salad.
salad. Salads don't need to be cooked.
Really, right in front of my salad, Hera?
They've got a really nice one that has walnuts and there's little oranges, mandarin oranges. There's little bitty ones. Yeah. I used to be the one who prepare those for the next shift, but now as a shift lead, I can have other people do it.
Amaryllis, do you want a salad?
What kind of look is Ronja giving Amaryllis when she says that?
I
Is
don't know,
it I'm going to kill my younger sibling look?
I mean, Q is giving her shit. Her siblings are giving her shit.
I'm just trying to be popular. Everyone's doing it.
I mean,
I want to fit in.
sure. Might as well.
What?
Let's go. I
Yeah,
said might as well.
Yeah, she's in the kitchen and she's making a tomato cucumber salad.
Does the Tollies make that?
Does it have lettuce? Does it have like leaves in it, or is it just wet
Nope.
circles?
Have you ever had a tomato cucumber salad?
No. Don't say it like that's a normal thing everyone does.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah,
You're a chef and you're Canadian. That's different in my life.
It's a Greek recipe. Also, I'm pretty sure that's a common thing.
Not just Greek. It's I think Mediterranean, Middle Eastern.
Yeah, it's Mediterranean.
This
Like
may be
Middle
surprise,
Eastern
but
too.
I
It's
live
also
a
very
very
popular
long
in
distance
Middle East.
away from the Mediterranean.
It's very popular in Middle East too. It's a staple there. It's really simple to make.
It's very good, Luke. Honestly, like, so
Is it just tomatoes and cucumbers?
It's tomato, cucumber, balsamic vinegar. Sometimes
Feta? Is there feta in there?
I like to put feta in mine. You do some olive oil, some salt, some pepper. It's a very easy salad. It's genuinely one of the best.
If you want to make the Middle Eastern version, like there's many Middle Eastern versions. I do the Middle Eastern, so like no feta cheese. I do put diced an onion too. Put that in there.
Yeah, red onion too.
And then I usually put in some lime juice instead of vinegar, and a little bit of oil, whatever I have on hand, and then salt and pepper.
It's a salad I've eaten forever.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's super simple.
Sounds very wet.
It kind of is. It's not. It's not. Usually I eat it with like a piece of bread or something and use that to mop up the nice juices.
I just eat it with a spoon, and
that too.
Like, just eat the soup. Eat it with the
soup.
You could blend it into a shake.
Pretty much.
Oh no!
But if all the ingredients are good and the flavor profile is good, why not make a shake of it?
Yeah, that's the same fucking argument with a fucking pizza. You can make a pizza into a shake. No, it's fucking disgusting.
We will find out soon enough in this household how disgusting some of these shake recipes are. Right, Leilani?
Don't make your pizza
I'm so
shake.
fucking tempted to put a piece of pizza into a blender for this child. 4 times tonight, she has tried to steal my slice of pizza off my plate. Like, literally had her little baby hands around the crust, dragging it off the plate.
Just give her like a piece of salami to slooch.
How would you feel if you knew it was going to be years before and someone was holding it right in front of you?
It's not years. It's 6 months.
Also,
years
she
for her.
Swallow.
That's like her age.
Cat. How long has she been on this planet?
You have to
6
double your
months
age to have
before.
pizza
She needs to
again. Nobody would
master
like that.
swallowing oatmeal before she can handle pizza.
Tomorrow's going to be here 6 months.
So hold on. Literally, Cat, what you just described is a lifetime for her. You
If I had to
literally
wait until
described
the year
her.
3000 to have pizza again, I'd be upset.
Literally, imagine if you had to wait 30-something years to have pizza. How would you feel?
We were thinking about her first birthday, going to our local pizza family restaurant, Sorrento's, and giving her first like full slice there. And
Aww.
and Like when she was born, they gave us a free cheese pizza because our family goes there so much.
Literally, I call and they refer to my father as Uncle, my dad's name.
Aw.
He's not related to a single person that has ever worked there.
Not
Some
quite
people
true,
just
but-
uncle vibes.
Okay,
Mm.
my cousin worked there for like 20 minutes.
was there for a couple weeks, but yeah.
It must have been a frightful 20 minutes.
I found out that apparently for like 7 months, he didn't pay for beer. He would just walk in the front door and they would give him one for free. The owner would just pour him a beer.
Nice.
That's the kind of
Because
thing you
he
can
knew
do.
that every week we go there and we spend like usually $120.
We've been spending how much?
Ooh,
One of you gotta go on a diet.
See, once you
on it.
have your own O'Toole's place, you can hand a beer out for free to any uncles that come in.
Yeah. You see? That's perfectly
I mean,
right.
we buy our food and we buy my parents' food, so
Yeah. But yeah, so he's sitting there going, and he was like, oh, I got an announcement.
Yes.
Well, I'm back in school.
Who says this?
Congratulations.
Naboo.
congrats.
And in a couple of weeks, we're having a play, and you're all invited.
Okay.
What's the
Well-
play?
What is it? And what are
It-
you?
It's a musical. It's Wizard of Oz, and I'm playing Toto.
Okay.
We can't
Nice.
afford a real
Toto.
dog. The dog. Ronja, I have showed you Wizard of Oz. I've let you watch it all the time. You say, what a movie and that you like now. Put it in, and you're supposed to watch it with me.
They did an episode of Futurama based on it. I think you could like.
I'm sorry, I always fall asleep.
It is a boring movie.
It is exciting. The Scarecrow packs heat.
Kev, I love you bring that up in every chance you can. Every chance you bring that shit up.
Nabu is such a weird kid for liking Wizard of Oz.
Wow. Bullying.
Out of character this is, but it is
Out
very
of
weird.
character, she says, bullying her sibling.
Well, I mean, our characters,
is-
some of them are kind of like
Kids
witches.
hyper fixate on weird shit.
Yeah.
I had a coworker whose son, in fact, was fixated on vacuums.
Well, they're interesting machines, you see, because they create suction and they move things around without touching it.
But
And
this
like-
was a
it's like a directed
6-year-old
yeah.
who got a vacuum for Christmas and freaked out. He was so happy.
When I was a kid, I
That's-
liked the A-Team, and I was calling people fool, and my parents didn't think that was good.
But yeah, Wizard of
Luke,
Oz is amazing.
Luke, that explains so much about you.
I stopped that for not too long, but
The vacuum thing reminds me of this Tumblr story where like this like dad always like said he wanted a vacuum for Christmas, and then he finally got one, and he just spent the entire Christmas Eve vacuuming and mumbling under his breath, "This is a game changer." Like you get one of those really fancy Dyson ones.
What did he do beforehand?
I don't know. Use a crappy one. The one's
A
for
bellows?
like $30.
maybe like a big
Use
bellows.
bellows. Yes.
But yeah, so you're all invited. And it's gonna be fun. You can all come and you can all become friends with Dorothy.
Do you need a mechanical dog suit?
No, the play director is making one for me. And unlike in the actual movie, Toto is gonna actually have lines in the songs.
Oh, yeah, are they all the same line? If you know what I mean.
They added a couple.
Bark, bark.
I'm already friends with Dorothy.
Aru.
Someone got the joke. Okay.
I got that.
So yeah, it's gonna be nice, and you're all invited.
All right.
I always like to see plays because of how the
Mhm.
set is constructed and all the pieces move together.
No,
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, you can all enjoy basically elementary school kids singing.
Are they going to have a big mechanical dragon head on top that shoots fire out? Because that's what happened when I saw Wicked.
We're a public school
At
in
an
Baltimore,
elementary
no.
school?
Well, I mean, it wasn't in an elementary school, and
Wizard
it was
Well-
professional
Yeah,
players.
most of our budget's going to the costumes.
That's good.
Yeah, like the teacher had like saved up like $500 for the costumes.
Our school system is really terrible.
Mainly in the arts and stuff. They put all their money in getting a new football field with this ugly ass tent.
You have a football field in elementary school?
We don't know why.
I bet
They
an
said
adult could run across that in 10
Oh
seconds.
wait, you're talking about like the American
The-
football. Why in elementary school?
Hera, that is what a lot of people ask.
We don't know. They're supposed to go to the multi-purpose center, but someone decided that
They only needed one purpose. It's
that
because
are,
the people that are in charge of it wish they could do it.
according to my teacher, it's because the gym person is doing something called scooping with one of the people who made the decision with the school board or whatever, and they made the field, and now the idea is that they're going to rent it out to other local teams so they generate passive income.
Yeah, that's so gonna work.
Yeah, we were going to protest, but that would have interrupted our recess time.
It shouldn't be your responsibility.
Recess? Yeah.
Yeah, they should just give you as much recess as you want.
Mhm.
We don't have to talk about how all the problems connected to this situation regarding taxes and
It's like a parents'
nepotism.
council or something like that. Shouldn't they have been done
Oh yeah,
something?
is there like a what was the thing?
PTA?
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I don't have parents to attend.
We should all get on that thing and get in there.
I'm your legal guardian.
Yeah, but
I'm a local business owner. I should have a say in children's schools.
Did you like when the teacher gave you like a thing to like to tell me that there's like a parent teacher conference or something like that? Did you never give me those because I'm not your mom?
there was a paper to give to your parents if they were interested in joining with the PTA, but since you're not a parent, I didn't give it to you. You're the big sister. It didn't say parent and or legal guardian. It just said parent.
Yeah, of course it did.
That'll get you.
Yeah. So, I got it in my backpack next
We
to
should crash
my
their next meeting.
next to a sandwich that's been in there for a couple days.
How many days?
72. Don't worry, it's an
Days?
O'Toole's burger. Yeah.
Please,
Preserved.
nope. Just nope. Take it out.
We got fresh ones right over here.
Yep.
And they got
She
don't
takes
need-
out the PTA paper. Yeah. Be interested in
the
trying it back.
mold growing
I
on
feel
it
like
by
we
now.
should do an experiment where we have like the 72-day-old O'Toole's burger and then just replace it with a new one every night to compare the two.
So
To see how it changes over time.
Mm-hmm.
so the Amaryllis burger, how does that look?
Pulls it out, and it's about an eighth the size of what they normally are, and it looks like it's dehydrated, and it's like about as hard as a rock.
How did you mummify a cheeseburger in your backpack?
We might be able to fix that up back to good as new.
Jeremy's like,
No
that's
shit.
actually a special secret thing with O'Toole's. So, in order to reduce waste, they have a special, apparently a special thing inserted into the burgers that after a certain time it dehydrates on its own, so it shrinks and saves space.
I deny this.
That does not sound healthy.
O'Toole's is the healthiest fast food you can find around.
You're gonna make a great manager.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
Yeah,
like propaganda, buddy.
Exactly.
It's not. When compared to McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, KFC, Popeyes, we are technically healthier as our burgers do have a slightly lower caloric intake.
Technically healthier.
Or what?
Yeah.
That could just mean they're smaller.
Free?
I'm just gonna
Pretty
take the burger, I'm gonna
Mhm.
like put it on the plate, and then I'm gonna put some drops of water on it and see what happens.
It seems more moist. It's like it takes a little bit for it to rehydrate.
A lot of wet food enjoyers in the game tonight.
I wonder
I
if I
do
put
prefer
this
my
like in the
food
microwave.
moist.
I wonder if I put this in the microwave with like a glass of water. Would it just rehydrate?
You know, some people actually keep a jar of water in the microwave at all times when they're not using it.
Are you Jewish?
Is that relevant?
What?
Apparently, it's a thing. In order to make sure to get a microwave kosher, you put a glass of water in there, basically water filled to the top of the glass into the microwave, and hit it for I think about a minute or so. And then the inside of the microwave is considered I forget the term, but it's basically now kosher for you to cook stuff so that you're not mixing dairy and meat that may already have been in there before you got there.
Oh, like a
Oh,
palate
so
cleanser,
to
but for metal.
clean it
Like-
in between. I see. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Oh,
I-
no, it's not that.
Yeah, apparently for whatever reason on TikTok, I have found Jew talk and a lot of people explaining random stuff like this.
Talk.
That's
There's
what
a lot
they
of
call it.
interesting loopholes in their rules. So,
It's interesting. Learned a lot of little interesting things like that.
would my
Also, it's heat. Basically, you just want to heat everything to make sure it's clean for kosher stuff. So like when this one group they bought a what used to be a church to make it into like a youth center synagogue thing, and they had to make sure like the kitchen was good to go. So they had one rabbi come in with a flamethrower on the place. It looked awesome. Just flamethrowing the cabinets and stuff. There's all like metal and commercial stuff, but to make sure it's all good to go. Yeah,
I do put the burger with a glass of water into the microwave.
I thought he was the scientist, pointing to you.
I'm curious too.
That's the fun thing about science. Anyone can do it.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
it might not be good or have any point, but it's still science.
Nice.
Do you want to be a scientist?
No,
You don't have to be like me if you're a scientist.
no.
Oh, I thought that
Naboo
would
wants to
convince
be
you.
It's like I want to be an actress.
I thought you was about to say astronaut.
Could do the first space actress. I don't think anyone's done like a one woman show in space, put on a performance in 0G, aside from like short clips of certain movies.
That sounds complex.
There's a lot of steps, but
I don't know
think
this.
the goal is interesting.
I mean, not like not a performance in the sense of like a theater performance, but I've seen this video of an astronaut playing guitar in space on the space station.
Oh yeah, that counts.
No, but I want to like get into plays and maybe commercials and movies and just act and dress up in all fancy costumes and stuff.
I hope you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
then
this-
you have a play coming up soon.
Yeah. There's this interesting theater next to a weird bookstore that a friend of mine took me to see a play the other night, right after school.
I bet that was a
I
well-made.
was about to
and
say the other
commonly
night. What the
thought of
fuck are you
play.
talking about?
I mean, I
I know
told you.
exactly what the play was, and we've all heard of it.
Yeah, it's like I was gonna go to this play, and you said okay. You signed the paper slip.
Yeah. No, I mean, like you said the other night.
Well, if it's after school, it's nighttime.
Out of character question, how long does school go in America usually?
Not that late.
Elementary?
Till like 3 p.m. maybe.
3.
Okay.
Maybe even earlier, but
Too long for sure. It starts too early and spends too much time there.
All right, sure, kid. I mean, if you wanna see another play, we can, we can go together at some point.
I do like plays. Yeah.
There's probably a lot of like theaters in town because this is a city where we all live in this city.
It's got some famous ones.
Do they have like a theater on the green, like a Shakespeare on the green type of thing, like a big?
Oh, my teacher said they used to, and then there was that incident.
Oh,
You know, apparently when a cop sees a bunch of old people stabbing another guy, they just start shooting first and asking questions later. And then they realize there's Shakespeare in the park.
Oh no!
and then they get paid time off.
Wait, is this a
and no
real thing that
repercussions.
happened?
No, I'm referencing Naked Gun.
Okay.
It's a joke in
Oh.
the Naked Gun.
We should take a break and watch those.
Yeah, no, Baltimore has some problems, but we have not had a cop
The
just
fact that she
shoot a
straight
bunch
up
of things.
didn't know
Yeah, cops shoot people that
is
aren't
so
holding knives.
concerning.
Our cops just rob dwarf strippers and after paying them to strip for them.
I mean, let me tell you this: the just the fact that I asked if this was a real event.
You're right to ask. It's all messed up. Nothing is good
Yeah.
happening here about any of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, our the police in Baltimore are bad in many ways, but they're not quite that stupid.
Not that bad.
Are
Yeah,
they
at
too
least plan-
uncultured to see theater?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of that, and they'd probably see just a bunch of white people and be like, they're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, it's a yeah.
Oh,
Baby. No, you
you
moved
back.
and there's just a baby just showed up.
Yeah, and you kind of had a little bit of a hiccup there with the internet, but I think you're fine now.
So it's gonna be good.
We'll be happy to see it.
I mean, I'll be there.
Yay! As you are sitting there enjoying your thing, there is a knock at your back door.
Well, that's got to be one of two people, possibly three.
Yeah. Go answer it.
You answered. See Hank standing there. He's like, "Hey guys."
That's the guy who did the barbecue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going really well. Like, can't complain. It's an amazing day. Would you all be interested in some of my meat? I have an overflow.
Yes. Elaborate, please. What kind? Do you have?
Oh, I won at work. I won a raffle, and I got about $400 worth of Omaha steak products.
Good Lord. That's a lot of steak.
You'd be surprised.
It depends on how expensive the steak is, but I have a little bit more than I will. My freezer will hold. It's already full of other things, so I will.
Well, we'll take what you want to give us.
Sure. He just reaches down and grabs this big old styrofoam cooler. It's like, that should be enough for at least for most of you. There's about 6 8-ounce steaks, pork chops, and fries in there.
Omaha Steaks has some good pre-built baked potatoes too. I hope you got some of those for yourself.
For myself, yeah.
Yeah.
So are they cheaper in Omaha, Luke?
Nope. It's just a brand name. It would be nice if I could just go to their office and grab boxes of the stuff.
I mean,
But that's not how businesses work.
I mean, technically, any steak you get in Omaha is an Omaha steak.
Well, I would try to get a steak from somewhere else. Although there is lots of cows in the region.
It's Nebraska. I don't think you have much else there.
It's like 99% agriculture outside of the 2 cities. One of the cities is actually a college town, but they call it the capital. I went there once or twice, but only for food. There's a Brazilian steakhouse down there that has those big meat swords. That's a good time.
I'm sorry, what?
Big giant meat that's like on that they take out on spits and carry it to your table and like slice off pieces.
It's so good.
It's very good. They have like 24 styles of different types of meat, of different types
Hey,
of
if I
beef, some
Google
chickens.
Brazilian meat sword, am I gonna regret it?
Roll the dice. Any
See,
result
do
is
it.
going to be positive, right? I mean, there's no wrong answer.
Amazing. Yeah, just thought
How
I'd
many-
share my meat with all of you. We gotta schedule another
Another
neighborhood
barbecue. Yeah, that was a
barbecue,
good
yeah.
time to meet the locals.
meet the locals. That should be a good event every so many months. Meet the locals and we do the meet. Good
Yeah, and
idea.
we could invite everyone except for one.
Yes.
An unnecessary but necessary exclusion. Is there like a neighborhood association of some kind?
Not quite. There is technically an official one, but it's got one member and we all ignore it.
Probably smart. Maybe like a next door app type of thing.
Oh yeah, we do have the
That's-
next door app, yeah.
Probably a lot of
Yeah.
weird complaints about coyotes coming down out of the
Oh,
hills.
I don't know what I was expecting. It's a literal fucking sword with meat on it.
Yeah, they bring it right
Oh.
to your table. They give you like a wood thing that has green on one end and red on the other, and you turn it to red if you don't want more food. Otherwise, they just come by with the
They
things
keep
as they come
slamming their
ready.
meat around.
It's so good. You'll eat until you're sick of eating. If you plan for it.
But yeah, we used to have a kind of like more of an association here, but then Kathy joined and started taking over, and the rest of us just left.
Yeah. Let her play
Yeah,
with her
that
toys
makes
by
sense.
herself.
Yeah, it wasn't fun anymore. I used to like plan things like little festivals and street things, and the next thing we know is all about: is your paint on your house the right colors? Are the right flags flying? Do you
She's
have
unlikable in any world.
That's a weird way of saying it, but I guess. But I'm
Sure.
suppose there's a world out there where quantum mechanics dictate that she's a nice person.
I mean, yes, that's true, but what are the odds we'd ever find that one
Huh?
and do a swap?
I don't know much about it. I just read the Wikipedia
mean-
article.
I mean, that would just mean that another universe is stuck with her. So
Well, that's not us, so who cares? Yeah, sometimes you got to look out for yourself when it comes to versions of people.
That's a really weird way of saying things.
I don't know. I think if I could swap a person out, she wouldn't be in top of the list.
That's probably a good point.
Yeah, if I could swap anyone out, it'd be my wife or someone who can cook better. Oh,
Your wife,
Nah.
the neurosurgeon?
what? No, that's Paul, the hipster guy next door.
I thought this was Paul.
No, this is Hank, the
I
grill
thought
master.
you said the wrong name.
Oh, I said Hank, the grill master.
I thought Paul did the barbecue.
Hank's the one who's the grill master.
No, he's a fan of propane and propane accessories.
Right. Oh, should have known.
Yeah, they were both at the barbecue.
Okay, I just wrote down 4 or 5 other friendly neighbors.
Yeah.
I didn't give them all a backstory.
Yeah, Paul and Hank
That's
were the
my
only
bad.
ones with real names. But yeah, Hank's the grill master because he likes propane and propane accessories.
Yeah,
I'm
Well,
glad
I mean-
somebody got the very obvious reference.
it's the most obvious reference of them all.
The worst part is I've never seen that show before.
You don't need to.
I've seen episodes, but it was like it was okay, but not a show I was like, I really want to watch this regularly. You know, it's just like,
I watched it when it was on, but looking back, I don't know why. I think I just would have watched anything. There were so few choices back then.
What show?
It was
King of the Hill.
Yeah.
And
Intolerant Texan show.
They were actually surprisingly tolerant. The
Yeah,
family.
but they didn't really care for their families and they drank a lot.
So
But that's how
families.
sitcoms work.
Hera, it's like the most stereotypically American TV show.
Oh, that hurts.
Am I wrong?
Well, no. I mean, at the time,
no, but it still hurts.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean,
They
Mike
literally
Judge
meet
is-
Dale Earnhardt. Like, you can't get more American than that.
Do I need to know who Dale Earnhardt is?
NASCAR driver.
NASCAR driver.
He
Okay,
drive car
so-
fast.
Mhm.
He drive car fast.
American car, not like the European races that are more exciting.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he drove a Toyota for a lot of his career.
Mm.
That's not a European car either.
And it's not like F1.
So, okay. Hope you
It
all
was only a
enjoyed
little
that.
fast.
Thank you. If we receive a surplus of anything that we think you might like, we'll be sure to share it.
All right, sounds good.
Our only surplus is O'Toole's.
Ah, Huh. Sounds good. I just make my own burgers
Yeah.
with the freshest ingredients.
Well, you've got the skill and the components for that.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just the right kind of mixture of like beef, and sometimes I add some pork in there to give it a little bit extra. But anyway, I'll be back. And he just walks away.
Yeah, after he leaves, like, I'm glad he doesn't insert desiccants into his meat the way that O'Toole seems to do. Time release desiccants.
He does need to work on his wording, though.
No, I don't think so.
I think that was perfectly understandable.
You mean walking up to your neighbor's store and telling them that you want to share your meat with them?
That's normal neighborhood behavior.
It's neighborly. And then if it turns out it's steaks, everybody gets steaks. Sharing is caring. And that's a good lesson for the children.
Both of them are staring. Hey, Jeremy's like, yeah, herpes, your friend to the end.
I don't want to eat at O'Toole's anymore.
Oh no, our burgers are STD free.
It's really have to specify that
That's a
they're
slogan I
STD
haven't
free.
heard and I don't want to hear. I'm going to put the steaks in the freezer.
I'm just saying they are. It's not a part of the slogan, but I'm just telling you, our burgers don't contain herpes. It's not a really specific denial. It's just the truth.
Your statement of denial
Me.
there is raising a lot of questions.
Doth protest too much. That's a Shakespeare line, Naboo. That's what you'll learn once you do more acting.
Ah, Shakespeare. Cool.
Yeah, he's kind of the go-to for a lot of things. I'm sure once you get to high school, there's going to be like a Shakespeare play every year at least.
And there's gonna be a teacher who is obsessed with it.
And they think
For
that's
no
a really
reason.
a unique and important personality trait too.
And I think
Probably
that
gonna-
Romeo and Juliet is a really good love story.
They'll wear a
Is it?
beret and they'll like the song. No,
Don't believe Taylor Swift.
don't believe the
Who?
hype. She's sort of an
Amaryllis just kind
actress.
of looks at Ronja. How does she not know Taylor Swift? I can't stand her music, and I know her.
She swings
I
around
have
on
a
a wrecking
question.
ball.
Is she one of those old classic people, like from like the late 1900s?
Yep,
No, she's a recent
That's like
musician.
this 10-year-old.
she was around in the 1900s. When
Uh,
did she start?
She wasn't making music in the fucking night.
She also didn't exist in the
The 19 fucking hundreds were 200 years ago.
Yeah.
No, that's the
Or
19th
over
century.
100.
The 1900s were 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, nah, whatever.
It's an easy mistake to make, and it's all based on a calendar that is doesn't make sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Either-
That's why you're zero.
Either way, I'm pretty sure she was making music back then. So
I don't know. I don't pay attention to those things. Plus, I already confused her with Miley Cyrus. Every time someone mentions Taylor Swift, I'm like the wrecking ball, and people notice I say that and they correct me.
and other people are like, yes, that's her. So
I thought that was just you being obtuse in character.
Who could tell? I'm not an actor. I am my characters.
That's my secret.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
Miley Swift, gotcha.
Hannah Montana.
Nailed it.
Now, Miley Cyrus is an actress who does music as well. She had a TV show.
That is true. That is true.
And I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough facts or trivia about any of that.
Me neither.
Let's get that meat
So-
in the fridge.
Yeah, so in the last few
In
weeks,
the
is this-
freezer.
aside, we can keep some out to thaw or to stay thawed to cook later.
Could make some steaks.
It'd be a nice change from the burgers.
One of my people in school said that they were a mistake because it's a play on the word steak, mistake, and
A lady butcher?
that's funny.
They're homonyms because they sound alike.
I thought that's what Ronja was.
So stupid.
Such a good one.
uh,
Do you feel owned yet, Hera?
no.
We got to keep working at it.
Gotta get these numbers up.
That's right. So, just to return to an earlier topic, have we heard anything in the last few weeks about this mysterious, forgettable, invisible, trans-dimensional interloper? Like because we told our mentors and stuff about it, just to keep their eyes out, I guess. I guess it's a person that wouldn't want to make the news.
I haven't heard much of anything. The biggest news story you really heard was a big storm came through town, did some damage downtown, and that's about it.
They should build things so they don't get damaged.
There was a freak storm. Like no one predicted it
Oh.
was there.
But sometimes those things they come up out of nowhere and then disappear just as quick.
Yeah.
Just a freak storm. Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
we're fine, so that's what's important.
What a weird coincidence.
A coincidence to what? It just occurred. But I'm glad everyone's okay and it doesn't happen ever again. And everything is fine and safe and peaceful across the town.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I upgraded my prime points during the time we spent. So I think, yeah, so like for the last few weeks, Q was working a lot in his lab. Because I think he took the book from the other universe that had like the technocratic technology and sort of like put that at the end of the board and using that as saying like, this can work and can be real. So I'm going to start trying to see if I can go from where we are now to where they were. Sort of like a starting point and an ending point and trying to fill in the middle. So that's what he's been spending a lot of his time on since we all got back from the other world. Is trying to connect the two very different types of sciences. Because if you can get there using our knowledge of the universe, then it won't be a reality problem. What about the rest of you?
Good question.
Right, I'm
Kinda-
distracted because the baby is sleeping with her eyes open and it's freaking me out.
Oh, that's a good skill to have.
Freaking people out is a really good skill to have.
No, haven't you seen Major Pain? Sleeping with your eyes
Mhm.
open is important.
If
Especially if you're
he's
trying to
down there,
pretend like
he
you're not
ain't
sleeping.
happy.
Oh, she was sleeping and then she heard Kat talking shit about her.
So as you're sitting and enjoying stuff, Amaryllis, you get a call coming through on your telephone.
She'll look to see who it is.
It is your agent, manager.
Yeah, manager. She'll pick up. What's up?
So I think I got a potential long-term gig, so to speak.
so to speak.
Well, it's not what you normally do, but it could be interesting.
Interesting how. I don't do
Uh,
kids' birthdays, not for the last time.
It's not kids' birthdays. Omni Television, a new the television network, is doing a new show that will be being filmed outside of the city. It is a kids-oriented show with superheroes, and they're looking for a quote-unquote diverse cast, including people of various ethnicities, races, sexual orientations, and disabilities. And that is also going to have musical numbers throughout, so that they can apparently sell, the music along with other merchandise. Kind of like what Bollywood does, where the movie sucks, at least the songs are bangers.
Fair. Yeah, that is not my normal thing. You were right there.
Yeah, like normally I want to go, but you do fit several of those categories, and it's singing, and it pays decent.
Decent how?
Well, if it is picked up, they're offering $25K per episode, and hopefully gets at least 13 episodes for the first season. It's not much acting wise, but it's still
more than I'm making now.
Yeah, and you get residuals.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
So they're having auditions, and if you are interested, I can put your name in.
You can hear just the pause. I'd be stupid to say no to this. Okay, might as well.
All right. The auditions are in 4 days. We'll text you the location, and show up and let's see if you get the part. I mean, you do click off several of the boxes they're looking for.
Well, hopefully they see that.
All right.
All right. See you then.
See you.
Hang up.
Goes back out.
Oh, you okay, Kev?
Yeah, I was making a joke. I don't think it changes out of here. Darn.
Damn.
She gets really annoyed whenever every character in Baltimore by Night ends a phone call with out.
Out.
I only do it to indicate the conversation
Kev.
on the phone is over.
Kev, now that you said that, I'm going to try to remember to do that every single phone call from now on.
It's like when you watch TV shows and movies, they just end conversations right after sentence without acknowledging that the conversation's ended anyway. It's just kind of like, all right, and so I'm like, but on stream, it's like I say out to indicate that that scene or that conversation's over. It irritates Katrina.
Noted. I'll remember this.
I mean, you could also just do like the just like do like the whole like radio sequence thing. So you can also start conversations with.
I'm gonna end every conversation with what they would just every sentence just break. I'm gonna do Telegram communication.
No. Or when you answer the phone, you just go, "This is Vex Actual."
All right. Well, she's gonna she's gonna kind of make her way over to Ronja after that, roll her way over. Well, I got a job coming up.
Oh, nice. What job?
Acting.
Acting.
Ooh, everyone's doing it.
Never done it in my life. But apparently I fit so many of the boxes. My agent was like, well, you might as well.
You got to start somewhere.
She kind of looks like, you realize I have started somewhere, right?
Not in acting, though.
Nah, acting was never really my thing. So, I'm going to say, like, I love the idea. You got to start somewhere. Amaryllis has 5 of 6, or not 5 of 6, 3 of 5 dots in fame. She is an actual famous person.
It's like, you're gonna be in acting. I can give you hints and tips. So you gotta make sure you project by speaking loudly to the crowd so they understand and hear you. Remember, loud is good. Loud is projecting.
So
That's a good
hard.
tip.
That is a good tip.
So remember, if you don't have to be in tune with everyone as you're singing, you just have to be louder than everyone else so they know you exist.
Amaryllis will kind of just nod. If you want at some point, I can give you some music lessons.
I know what I need for the play, which is if I'm louder, I can overpower that annoying kid who plays the scarecrow.
That's good goals.
Yeah.
You don't want to make him too mad. I've heard some things.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the school doesn't allow him to pack heat in our play. Instead, he's just going to be carrying a stick of some sort.
I, for one, am glad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wait, you're glad that they don't allow kids to pack heat at their performance?
Yes, yes. Or any
It's-
other time.
It's nice to hear about an American school that does not have a gun. Usually the news is only the other one.
Yeah. Most of the killings in this city are outside.
Gotta get that fresh air.
Mhm. No, I think that's the problem. It smells like piss and weed here.
The weed's my fault. Sorry.
It's gonna just get worse soon.
I'm not taking credit for anything.
Amaryllis absolutely will take credit for being the weed one.
Who's? Let's move on.
If it's
Anya's
okay.
looking forward to having that conversation once Neville blabs stuff out about that at school.
What, weed?
Yes.
O'Tooleys?
Oh God.
Oh, Tully
That's
says that piss in it. That was a propaganda on the TikTok.
That was a
I
propaganda.
TikTok was a mistake.
Just waiting for when they when CPS shows up.
She has a prescription for it.
Jeremy's like, don't
Concerned
worry.
about all the weed smoking that I feed them nothing but O'Tooleys.
Hey, they have salads.
O'Toole's burgers have all the nutrients a person needs to survive.
Survive well or for a long time?
And they almost taste like
I'll
Sex
get-
Krispies.
I'll get back to you on the specifics once I do research on the topic.
Are you now an O'Toole scientist?
Meanwhile, you can go onto O'Toole's website where it disproves all of the claims about our anti-health statements that have been made against O'Toole's burgers.
I'll just keep eating them if you keep bringing them.
Sounds good.
If
And
I
I
any
need
have a
nutrients I
question.
don't
So,
have, then
so
I'll
like
get 'em.
with the like when they have all the nutrients, do they also almost taste like Sex Krispies?
What are Sex Krispies, Hera?
It's
Sorry,
a
like
Matrix
what?
reference.
Rice Krispies, you mean?
No.
I don't know what none of us is talking
I
about.
need to clarify.
In Matrix, when they eat the nutrient slop on board the Nebuchadnezzar in the first movie, Mouse starts going on, like eats it, and it's like then goes like, if you like close your mind, it almost tastes like Sex Krispies.
I don't think you
That's
heard
his-
that right.
No,
I
that is what he
don't
says.
think.
So you
I think
definitely heard that wrong.
It might be in the German translation that they do that there.
Is that
It
what
might
the
be
food is
different in
called
the
in
English
Germany?
one. I don't know.
Sorry, are Sex Krispies a thing in Germany?
Yeah.
No,
what,
it's
what is a
just-
Sex Crispy, Hera?
Yeah, describe it.
I don't know. I
Is
don't
it when
know
you get
either.
sunburned and have to have beef
No,
sex?
I don't know either. But
Have
like
to.
it's I don't know. Like it's so long that I watched the German one. I think it's the German one.
Do you know what Rice
It's so long that I
Krispies
watched.
are?
Yes, I know what fucking Rice Krispies are.
Well, I don't know if they called it something different because apparently they called something different there.
I'm
I
trying to
don't
watch
think
the
it's
scene,
meant
but
to-
the person who filmed it has the shittiest audio quality on their YouTube.
I
That
don't
might be
think
the
it's-
one that
it's
Hera listened
something-
to.
No. I don't think it's meant to mean anything because Mouse is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but he knows words. He speaks English.
Okay, so Hera, in the English, it's if you close your eyes, it almost feels like you're eating runny eggs.
Yeah, no, it's Sex Krispies in German.
The fuck is a Sex Crispy? Hold on, Hera, explain. What is a Sex Crispy?
You know what?
The
Based on your
only-
confidence, I'm going to believe what you said entirely, and just think it's a weird
Hold
thing
on.
that happened.
Wait, hold on. I have something to make it even better. One sec, hold on.
What do you think a crispy is if it's a food?
Wait, so like, is this like a joke on like how Kellogg thought that flavorful cereals would make kids masturbate?
It might be, but it is.
No. That's like backwards too, because cornflakes were made so they wouldn't masturbate, not because the good stuff made you masturbate.
I don't know.
Although
I don't know
a
why
ce-
the fuck else you would associate a breakfast cereal with sex.
I think I don't know.
Right,
guess
it's
if
the
they're trying
German
to sell
version.
Hera, you should look in general
What?
chat.
If they could sell a cereal that's targeted at adults as a way to increase the libido,
What's your favorite episode of Chantry House when we talk about Sex Krispies?
I kept thinking they're going to say sex crystals, and that's different.
No, but Hera's not like lying. It is in the German version. They do
It
say
is in
Sex
the German-
Krispies. I
yes.
just watched a really bad version of it on YouTube, and it's straight up.
Just
Yeah.
says Sex Krispies.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know-
the only
and you
thing
know
I could
what?
understand in the whole video.
Maybe
And
it's
you
a
know,
weird egg
and you
dish.
know what? And you know what? I think that makes the scene better. It is
That-
way funnier than runny eggs.
That is so funny.
I don't
But it
think it's
makes
supposed to be
no
funny.
fucking sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Thing is, the conversation might be slightly different in German than in American, so it could make even more
No.
sense.
But Hera
No,
listens
no.
to it in German,
No, they
and it
talk
doesn't
about
make any context, does it?
There
No, they
wasn't
t-
even a conversation. Just talking about food tasting different.
no,
I
they,
know.
they talk about the same. They talk about like he's like he says the same thing basically. The only thing that really changes is Sex Krispies instead of runny eggs.
It's funny every time you say it.
Of
Runny
course,
eggs.
Sex Krispies is super funny for a word. It is hilarious.
Such a
And it
simple
makes sense
combination of
because they're in a
words.
post-apocalyptic society, and like he's a doofus.
Is he the one that's never been in the Matrix because he was born outside?
No, he is from the Matrix. He logs in. He gets killed on the Matrix.
Oh, I was thinking of
He's the first one to die.
Dozer?
He's the
Dozer.
first one to die.
Oh, not like this.
Yeah,
No, that's not
that's
him.
the girl.
That's a
yeah,
different person, but it still counts as like a. That's not how you want to go out.
All right. Speaking of the Matrix, just talking in it.
Sorry, completely
That's remember
derailed
in the
everything.
game when we went to the Matrix in the other universe.
It's
Speaking
in
of
there.
Sex Krispies, back to the
We
game.
can build that here. By the way, you kids haven't told anyone about the other universe, right?
Or Naboo's like, we weren't supposed to tell people.
Well, if you can tell whoever you want in a way, as long as they don't believe you.
Well, nobody believed me. It was cool, but they say I was just making stuff up. Except for
Well.
one kid, he seemed to believe me, but he believes everything I tell him.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, you can ride that feeling of smugness and intelligence because you know something they don't. It feels good, believe me.
Mhm.
I'm riding that wave at all times.
What do you know that I don't know?
I can't tell you. Otherwise, the waveform would collapse and I would no longer.
I was
This
going to have to
metaphor
kill
works.
you.
This metaphor works in a lot of different layers.
Like an
Like
onion.
onion.
Yep, like the onion from your salad.
Who puts onion in salads?
I'd rather put an onion in there than a tomato cucumber.
What's a tomato cucumber?
It's wet and it's round. Vegetable.
I like
Have
vegetables.
against moisture in your salads, Luke.
It's just there's so much of it.
Do you know
Okay,
use
so my
salad
mom
dressing?
used to have this one type of salad that just had the smell I couldn't stand. And I think it might have been this tomato cucumber thing because I'm pretty sure it had cucumbers in it, and it was a really wet salad, and it just smelled. And it was like with every dinner meal, and it had a really strong smell that I think was some sort of dressing.
I love that we've unlocked a memory for Luke, and he's just not having a good time with it now.
I used to drown my salads in Thousand Island dressing until I gained taste buds.
Try to gain taste buds?
I gained them, yeah. I used to also put ketchup on lunch meat sandwiches.
Yeah, that's not that weird.
I guess
Ham
it's
and
like a
cheese
muscle.
sandwiches and stuff like that.
It's like any muscle. You stretch it and break it, and it comes back stronger, more numerous.
That works with muscles?
That is how muscles work. I don't think it
Anya,
works
I'm going to
with-
go stretch and break my muscles so they get stronger. I'll be back.
micro breaks.
What's the
You can't-
difference?
If you break, listen, I'm the last person you should ask about building muscles.
But you're the scientist. You're supposed to be the smartest person in the group. You've said so yourself multiple times.
He has.
I'm sort of a dry scientist. If you,
Instead of a wet scientist.
What's the
Yeah, that's
difference
what,
between
like,
You're
a
not
dry
a
and
marine
wet one?
biologist.
a wet
so-
scientist deals with like wet things like the human body and medicine.
Wet scientist sounds so fucking wrong.
There's no way to say wet things and not have it sound bad as well as even if it is accurate.
He's a moist scientist. Does that sound better to you,
No,
Hera?
that's worse.
Yeah.
That's
If you're working with like metals and wires and electricity and stuff, you want it to be pretty dry, but not too dry. That's when you get static, and that'll be bad. Does this help?
Jeremy's like, you mean a natural scientist versus a biological scientist?
Yeah, those are some good words for it. Yeah.
Getting styled on by a teenager.
No, he's learning. This is good news.
Yeah, like geology, metallurgy
Yeah. Engineering,
versus biology,
quantum
chemistry.
mechanics. Yeah. Not so much. Not the biology stuff. That has too much.
I'm doing good in high school, people.
Yeah. You really got it all figured out.
Sex Krispies.
now I have a question. So if you're not a wet scientist
Mm,
and you work like with wires and stuff, right?
primarily,
do
there's a
know,
lot of
like-
wires involved.
Like they do use like, I don't know, like liquid nitrogen or whatever. Is that wet?
That's sort of a dry wet because it's so cold.
Is it wet or is it creepy?
Wet is the term wet is indicating how much
Dry
water
wet?
something
How?
possesses.
Yeah, because with liquid nitrogen, it is a liquid,
I hate
but I
it
wouldn't say
here.
it's wet because if it
How much?
I just hear
It
all I
becomes a
hear
gas
cat is go, I
immediately.
hate it here. That's all I hear.
How much water does something need to contain to count as wet?
It has to have
Humans
it has to have a higher amount of water versus the non-water so that it takes on the qualities of the water more so than the
So-
solid.
humans are wet.
On the inside, yes.
out of the
Humans
mouth
are
of
I'm
wet
wet.
on the
taking
inside.
philosophy also in school, people. Mhm.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
This is
I'm
all
feeling good.
so fucking cursed.
I got a 3.25 GPA.
Guys,
Good.
GPAs. When he said 3, I'm like, how do you manage to get a 3? The lowest you can get is a 50%, and then just stop counting. I'm like, GPA, we don't do that here.
Your whole system is different.
Yeah, we do out
For
of
some
100.
reason, ours a 4 is good.
But that's GPA versus
Yeah, versus grade.
yeah, it's a grade point average. It's a math thing where you take all your grades and then divide by it. Anyway.
They make an average out of the points without using the actual grades.
Yeah.
And letters are involved, but not in the way you think.
Letters
It's
aren't
all-
really considered a part of really a GPA so much as so that you can neutralize them. But yes.
It's all
Oh
not
my
good.
god.
It really matters where you live more than anything.
Hera's
Actually-
getting a comprehensive explanation of the American education system today.
I never asked
It's
for this.
poorly thought out.
It depends on which jurisdiction, because everything is based more on the local and state level than it is on federal level.
Which is very poorly thought out.
Well, it's good
Hey.
it's local and state rather than federal because some of the people that are in charge of some federal things do not have the best interest at heart.
And some people in charge of state things also aren't doing the
Well, yeah,
best.
most of the people who have power shouldn't have power and don't deserve it and aren't good with it.
Yes.
It originated back in the 18th century when there was long distances between everything, and
Yeah.
towns and stuff are far apart. So it's more convenient to have the locals in charge of their own education, so they don't have to wait months at a time for decisions to be made. Like miles away. Nowadays, it's different. I took the class on history.
Getting all our fucking textbooks from Texas, though.
That is because of lobbying.
Yeah, lobbying is the worst thing.
Wanna know why we in Germany we have a federal education system with all 16 federal states having a different.
Because the U.S. blasted you back to the Stone Age and you had to rebuild from scratch.
I mean, yeah, we had to rebuild from scratch, but we could have rebuilt
you could have rebuilt
a unified education system. But apparently people were scared that we would indoctrinate everyone at once again to not being Nazis, so that they were federalized.
I think it's a good idea to build from scratch in the 20th century than the 17th century or 18th, I guess.
Yeah, but still
building on broken garbage for hundreds.
I mean,
of years
if you build a shit system, it doesn't matter from when you do it. If you build a shit system, you've built a shit system.
Mm-hmm.
And the system in Germany is very shit.
You can put ice cream on top of it all you want.
That's one thing we all have in common: a shit education system.
There is no feces in O'Toole's food. I've told people that.
Education system.
And that can't be true because I know that the federal limit of how many bugs can be in your food is above 0.
There's a difference between how much fecal matter and how much bugs you can have.
Guess what's inside a bug?
Guts.
Everything.
Mm-hmm. That is true, but when they say fecal matter, they normally refer to human. By the way, we do have from what I hear, O'Toole's corporate is introducing a new insect-based protein burger that is supposed to be more economical and an alternative for certain vegetarians who are okay with eating insects but not meat.
It's the future cuisine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be rolling out in LA and Seattle first, since they're more willing to adopt strange foods.
It's healthier and more sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it doesn't look like what it is, I think a lot of people could get on board.
Mm-hmm.
They already have to skip out on thinking a lot about what they eat already.
O'Toole's is also trying to tool out a vegan menu for people, but we're having difficulties because that would require a whole separate kitchen.
Yeah. You'd have to make a whole new store that's just vegan.
Yeah, hence why O'Toole's also, unfortunately, is neither kosher or halal, because we can't guarantee meats and dairies and stuff won't cross.
Just got to put a big couple of buckets of water in there and microwave the whole building every weekend.
It would require a flamethrower, which I'm more than willing to do. I told them that if they need someone to flamethrower things, but apparently you need to be a rabbi or a professional at it.
Well, if they ever let you do a flamethrower and you need one, I can help you with that.
I don't need one, but I would like one.
Well, until you need one, I can't help you.
Necesito el flamethrower. I need one now. I have needs. And those needs can be solved by a flamethrower.
Ronja, that's your decision, I think.
No. Ronja is letting you decide because you're the smart adult who is a master of non-wit sciences.
There's a lot of difference between intelligence and wisdom. And I focus on one over the other.
Yeah, this D&D group that I played with a couple of sessions, and we're mentioning that where that some characters have high wisdom and intelligence. It's a weird game. A lot of people think they're like vampires and stuff in the group or something. It's weird.
They think they are? Are they trying to be? They want to be? I mean, I see the appeal, but I don't like leaving things to the role of chance.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen when I do a certain thing. Cause and effect. That's Q's business.
Yeah, it's a weird group. I think everybody dresses up in cosplays and stuff.
I mean, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. I don't, because I'm saving my money for more important things.
Apes are expensive.
I'll put on one of those.
That's why you don't, because you're saving money for more expensive things or better things, so you don't get a bunch of capes.
Oh,
As part
capes.
capes. Do you think I said cakes?
No, I thought you said apes.
I
Apes.
also thought you said apes.
Apes are. I don't think you could buy an ape, not legally.
I mean,
And
there
not
is the
your-
block.
No.
What?
The blockchain. He's making a crypto apes joke.
I don't
No.
think that's the case.
The block is a small area in Baltimore City where
You
like
can buy apes.
prostitution, strip shows, and pornography
Where
and
the strip
stuff.
clubs are.
It's international blocks.
I thought you were talking about blockchain and
I thought you were
NFT
making
monkeys.
a NFT joke.
Nope, I
Yes.
was making a Baltimore joke.
Are NFTs and blockchain stuff still big outside of the US? Because here it's kind of, I think it's going away, but I actually don't pay attention to anything where it would be.
I feel like it's not just exclusively a US thing, but I know they are losing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that they
Thankfully.
like the
I
head of
think
Sony.
it's I think it's dead.
It's not dead. I know that. There's still crypto sponsors in F1. So
Oh,
I think
really?
I think it's stabilizing to where some people might actually be going back to using it what it was originally used for, which is black market purchases.
selling drugs. Yeah.
Just like in
the
that
only
TV
thing
show.
it should be used for.
One of Q's favorite shows that only got 1 or 2 seasons called Being Human or Beyond Human or Almost Human. Can't remember the name, but they use Bitcoin as like a digital currency that they could just carry around like a little stake that they could tap or whatever, and that's where their money was.
It had potential, but then a bunch of dude bros fucked it.
Yeah, it was ruined by rich people, just like
I mean,
everything.
there's also another difference between like virtual like currencies and fucking
Yeah.
NFTs. Also, and I think NFTs are pretty much dead.
Yeah.
What a surprise. The scam was a scam.
Scammer scam.
But,
Scammer no scam.
Yeah. I mean, if you're interested in those, I there's a guy I work with who is big into that stuff. Q.
NFTs?
Yeah, Q. Yeah, he apparently he was really interested into them, and yeah.
Well, don't ever
Just so you
introduce
know,
me.
you will not get involved with this stuff.
Oh no, I invest in more proper things. My
Like land.
manager, Patrick, my manager, he is showing me the proper ways of investing in the various stocks and stuff, so that when I am able to, I can get a lot more stuff back, more stabilized things. By the way, Ronja, I need you to sign a paper for me.
What paper? I'm really worried with that like lead up.
I'm under 18, so technically when I go into stock markets and stuff for investments, I need an adult to co-sign and stuff because I can't really do it until I'm 18.
Yeah, you're gonna wait until you're 18.
That is hundreds of thousands of dollars that we would not be having if I have to wait. Do you want the Palin family to continue to be poor? Living in these wretched conditions?
I think we're doing pretty good for ourselves right now. Also, what money do you want to invest?
I get paid.
I was gonna say he does get paid.
You know what? Just save that up for now.
I mean,
That's what I'm trying to do.
honestly, putting it in stocks is like, depending on the stocks, it's not like, unless if you're putting 100% of your paycheck in there, I would not suggest that. But like, if he's just putting away like, I don't know, $50, $100 a week.
Oh,
I don't like it.
The return from the investments I'm putting on my paycheck are far outweigh and outpace the amount of money you get from putting it into a savings account by multiple factors. The whole concept is to put money in a savings account and it builds.
Besides, it's not like
That reward.
he's not. Most companies won't legally allow him to get a 401k until he's 21 anyway. So, which is bullshit. I hate that.
I love the idea because I can tell Hera has no fucking clue what a 401k is. And
Listen,
So 401k is the thing that you put money in so that you're not poor when you're too old to work anymore. Because our government doesn't give a shit about us. They support our elderly.
Pushing the paper. You owe me.
for what?
Having to babysit Naboo when you went out on things.
You owe me for being fucking alive still.
That's what this investment is for, so that the family makes it, so that when you're old and need help from your younger siblings, I can provide for you. When you're broken and beat up and living on the streets because you've got into some bad stuff that we told you not to get into, we can take responsibility and get you the help you need. I mean, look at the friends you hang out with. I mean, I'm not one to judge your friends, but he looks over at Amaryllis.
Hey, kid, I make a lot of money.
They are bad influences on you, Ronja. Do we need to have an intervention?
He says this as Amaryllis just drops a very large vape cloud.
It's funny when it's on the reverse.
I'm not equipped to deal with this, but I do not like it.
Bless you.
I'm just trying to make something of myself, big sis. Just like our parents wanted before they died.
Listen, let's just wait on this a little bit, okay? I mean, you need some money before you can invest really anyways, right?
I don't pick up money.
He's been working for a couple of months at this
Yeah.
point, right?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I've been working for several months.
No, I mean Holly. I didn't hear what she said.
He's been
because-
working for a couple of months now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he pays rent. He doesn't buy food because he just gets free food from O'Toole's. Like, what's he spending money on? What are you spending money on?
Nothing. I've been basically saving it. Basically, 90% of my paycheck has been saved. The 10% is for bus fares. Sometimes Naboo wants a little extra spending cash, and then occasionally I do buy something that's not O'Toole's
Wait, you're legally allowed to do that?
when I'm off the clock.
Wait a minute. They don't
Amaryllis
make
says it
you.
as a joke.
Your lunch break, you're not required to buy their food, are you?
No, I'm off the clock. But I can eat all the O'Toole's I want when I'm on the clock. I just have to go in the back.
I feel like that's not healthy for you, bro.
That's why occasionally I go and get a few other things. Even though, as I said, O'Toole's does provide all the nutrients you need to survive.
There's surviving and then there's thriving.
And then there's eating
You need
different food.
vegetables, home slice.
We have plenty of vegetables. We got multiple
Don't
vegetables.
fucking say pickles. Or tomato.
Tomato is fruit.
What's wrong with pickles?
It's not a vegetable. It is a slice of a cucumber that has been saturated. Okay, when I say he needs vegetables, I mean more than a pickle.
We also have apples, oranges, tangerines. We also have lettuce, potatoes.
Potatoes aren't a vegetable.
What are potatoes then?
A tuber.
Ah, tubular. Yeah, we got other stuff, but I often go to the there's a 7-Eleven down the street I go to and get some things. Occasionally you just want something else. You know?
Is that even an improvement?
I'm sorry, we live in a food desert.
You
She points to like the like your empty salad bowl of like the cucumber tomato salad.
I'm sorry, that's too moist for me, apparently. Luke, are you actually talking to us or just moving your lips because I can hear you?
Can you not hear?
No, you this is the first we've heard for you Mew in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh no.
well, you missed a lot of clever things.
Damn.
Damn.
And they went into all the empty slots between other things that y'all were saying.
God, you were filling our slots and we missed it. Damn it.
I said that your bowl of X salad is. We can't hear you anymore now. You're muted.
have no
I'm
idea
not
like
saying
this.
anything right now.
The salad bowl is full of liquid. It's not empty. That's the main thing I was going to say at the end.
No, it is empty.
You drink it?
No, you eat it with a spoon, and then you have all the liquid with the stuff. There's like just a tiny little bit rest of it in the bottom.
Take your word for it.
Yeah, but that's good. But yeah, most of my money I have been saving and putting aside so that I can invest and utilize. It's not a lot, but it is there. I also gonna get a bonus next week for perfect attendance.
Perfect attendance at work. Isn't that the thing they do at schools? Which is
I don't
also
know.
bullshit there.
I don't know. I've never received perfect attendance at school.
Yeah, I know.
Schools ask too much.
No, but my manager Patrick, he just needs to make some sort of excuse to give out bonuses so that corporate doesn't really question it.
I
So he
see.
just makes perfect attendance. If you show up for his shifts for a week or two, he'll give you a small bonus.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm gonna get extra $600.
That's nice.
Man,
You know, let me just think on this whole like investment thing. I'm not.
I know it's very complex, Ronja, but you eventually get it.
Ronja crosses her arms and looks at them as like, really putting your best foot forward here, right?
I'm trying. I'm trying
I
every
mean, just because he
technique.
wants something doesn't mean he's not going to be a little shit of a little brother.
I'm only your little brother by a couple years. Please, Ronja, I was born at a young age. The first couple years of my life, I couldn't even use the bathroom on my own.
That's how literally everyone is born, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally everyone goes through that.
not the Kwisatz Haderach.
I didn't say my
Not a real
first
boy.
word until I was like a year old. Anyway, yeah, life is
What are we
good.
doing?
Hmm?
I don't remember what led to this conversation.
I was just talking about my life because this is a slice of life episode, apparently. Where we just talk.
So I thought it was supposed to be.
Yeah. Just
Well,
you know,
until until
having an
someone
art.
comes in and gives us a problem.
Yeah.
Your child just tried to dive the fuck off this ottoman head first.
No.
I love that now it's your child, Kevin, when she tries
When
to kill herself.
When she fucking
So
tries to pile drive her head into the floor, yeah, she's his.
so
He
whenever
grabbed
the
her.
whenever
Grab
Leilani
her
does
onesie.
something bad, she's mine. When she does something good, she's ours when Katrina speaks. When I speak, it's always our child. I never kind of just throw Leilani in front of the bus, so to speak. I
Okay,
am
well,
the
she
better
just
parent,
tried
apparently.
to throw herself onto the bus.
Yeah.
She's so fascinated by Lena filling the dishwasher that she tried to just yeet herself off the furniture. And she's fucking doing it again.
Yeah.
She's really trying to learn how to. She's trying to help you, Kat. She's trying to learn how to do the dishwasher early. She's gonna hate that.
She hasn't figured out crawling yet, so she would just like roll sideways into the kitchen.
Yeah. But
Do
yeah,
a barrel roll.
Go try. But yeah, so it's pretty good stuff there. Anyone need a job? I can help you. No, Ollie, I don't think you do anything in life.
You have my own business, bro.
You do?
How's the business going?
Good.
Why did you know you
It's selling plants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Ronja is working there currently.
Yeah. I am a florist. I sell like floral arrangements and some like actual living plants too, but the arrangements tend to do a little better.
So if you
Potpourri,
sell,
do you make your own?
Hmm?
Do you make your own potpourri or like candles?
No, not really. I mean, I grow most of the plants that I sell, but
Oh, Holly, So recently, like when I closed up the shop like late,
Mhm.
a client, like she said, like Miss Lieberman, and she came in and complained about a thing that she bought there, and was like really pissy, and I told her to fuck off.
Okay, maybe don't do that. Like, I know she's a bitch, but she's a bitch that spends a lot of money.
Okay.
You gotta massage those whales.
I mean, it sounds awful, but she's really old and she knows a lot of people, and she's getting to the point where she's ordering lots and lots of funeral arrangements, and those can be very lucrative.
I see. Okay.
Oof.
Amaryllis takes out her pocket and says,
Next time
"Reminder."
she's there, I will just like, if I see her, I will just like close the shop and we'll be like, I'm not here anymore. We're closed already.
That's
if
better
if
than telling her
if
fuck off.
yeah, if I mean, yeah, I don't deal
We're gonna have to
well with
teach you
that.
some like de-escalating phrases.
Somehow I feel like I wouldn't last long at the Tallis either.
I wouldn't.
You
If Ronja were to work at the Tallis, there would be like a very soon probably a video of her beating up a customer.
you just be the Waffle House employee.
Yeah, the waffle was the chair bender.
Jeremy's just in the background dodging shit flawlessly. Like, I don't know her. No idea who that is.
Everybody has to work except for Naboo.
No, you
That's
don't
'cause
have to
there's
have work.
work
Naboo has
laws.
school.
Naboo, you're 8 years old. You have school. You don't need work.
Got the play coming up.
Everybody's like, I could get a job in commercials.
Huh.
Commercials for what?
Products that need kids, like cereals and toys. I don't know.
Oh, Tuli's does commercials.
You know what?
Mhm.
Amaryllis, would you mind taking Naboo with you when you do like the audition thing? Just so can see how stuff there works.
I'll have to ask if I can.
I mean, just say she's your manager or something.
I feel like my manager might take issue with that.
Assistant, maybe? Personal assistant?
I'll
Maybe after,
send him a text. See what
maybe
he
not
thinks.
during the audition, but like after you work.
That's what I was thinking too, because I've never done an audition like this.
She could come out and hang out on the set one day.
You get a text back after you send that Amaryllis that says, sure, bring her. They're also hiring for kids.
All right.
She could be one of like the superhero kids. I may not understand entirely what it is.
Naboo, you want to go with Amaryllis to the auditions?
Yes. And I could go and see what it's like, and maybe I can become a famous actress, and then I'll invite you all to the Academy Awards.
It's good to have goals, kid.
That, or I'll get older, and when I become an adult, I'll meet a really, really rich guy who likes his girlfriends a lot younger, and I'll just rip him off for all of his money before he breaks up with me when I turn 25.
I think I would rather you invite me to the Academy Awards, honestly. That would be nice.
Okay.
It's not a terrible plan. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's what I was thinking of when I made the joke.
He'll still be tooling around in 20 years or whatever.
Okay, the mom in the room just gave herself whiplash at that, Kevin.
I mean, as long as you go in knowing you're going to rip the person off all their money, you're fine.
If everyone involved is like on the same page,
I think if Nabu if like a situation like that ever happened, Nabu would not just she would she may suddenly inherit actually.
That would be lucky.
The guy might disappear under mysterious circumstances.
That works too.
Uncle
It's
Q is
mysterious
always here to help
circumstances
you.
till it happens 5 times in a row.
If they keep marrying her after the third one, I mean that's on them. You gotta if you're gonna roll the dice, you better be happy with the ones.
The Black Widow of Hollywood.
So, as sit around doing stuff and just having chats, we will end this session. It was a nice little slice of life just to get everyone back into the groove of things, so that hopefully next time we can move forward with actual plot.
What? I'm happy to discuss plot.
And hopefully we'll have a full crew so that we can all move forward at the same time. And maybe Leilani
I'm
will
gonna
be
get
a
a backpack leash.
Naboo does need one. So thank you all for joining us. I know we went off topic quite a bit today. But remember,
Sex
Sex Krispies.
Like Crispies.
Oh, yeah.
Wet things.
Yeah, we got
What science?
today is a
Sex
very wet,
Krispies sound wet.
moist. Yeah, wet, moist, sex crispy day.
That's a Bond person I don't want to meet.
Greetings, Mr. Bond. I am
Bond-
Sex
I'm not-
Krispies.
A Bond girl named Wet Moist Sex Krispies.
That sounds like an
No!
Austin Powers
That's
name.
100% an Austin Powers.
Austin Powers
character.
4, we're gonna have that. I'd watch a fourth one.
I'd watch a fourth one. I watched
Wet,
them recently.
moist, Sex Krispies.
Yep. Well, until next time, keep having your.
I was
Sex
waiting to
Krispies
say
and-
keep being heroes there.
Dry out your food.
Yeah. Stay moist.
Enjoy your.
Stay
Oh
moist.
no!
Enjoy your Sex Krispies. Enjoy them moist.
Sex Krispies, they're magically delicious.
Sex Krispies are part of a balanced breakfast.
Well, we know what the title of this episode is.
Keep it wet.